Hey there, Scorpio. This is Joy with Joy of the World, here to take an intuitive peek into the energies going on around you. Friends and subscribers, welcome back. And if you're new to this channel, click that subscribe button. Also, for those of you who have given donations into the channel, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now, everybody, remember to give us a big thumbs up, like, and share. Also, comment down below and share with me what are the goings on around these readings and how and why they're coming in and how it's resonating with your life. I appreciate you. I'm glad you're here. So let's take a dive in. So Scorpio, it's like that's almost what it's saying. It could barely even get to English. It's like a navigating and manipulating of the energies, and it's like polarizing and opposing and bothersome. That's the easiest way to describe it. So what it is there's like some Mayan trickery going on here, and I used the Sexual Magic Tarot deck to kind of get a peek at what was going on underneath. So I can't show you all the cards, but what I can tell you is we had the Lovers, the Knight of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Three of Swords. Now in this deck, that Nine of Pentacles, you would think, whoop, whoop, getting everything you want, but it's showing up an energy of one that it's being afforded an offer there, but it feels like it has to be taken. Okay, so and another one is one that seems in the Lovers. There's two female entities and a male, and one seems very open and provocative and putting her whole self out there, but yet is the one that's holding and hiding things back. Then there's one that seems closed, but is actually the one that's open. So it's showing me kind of like some mind games going on about things not being exactly what they seem. So what seems open is actually closed, and what seems available is actually unavailable. All right, so it's mismatched energies. It's like a disharmony in relationship to others or with oneself. Either way, it hasn't totally shown itself here, and I don't need to know yet till we start to dive in. But what I do want to say is, look at this. And this one, it's a very good moving energy for this Knight of Pentacles, bringing in a tangible, tactile offer to one that had been rejected, not even noticed for who and what you were, had been left out in the cold by somebody else who was pursuing someone who was wide open, who actually is a closed person. So it was creating some bad threesome energy going on. But here, the third is that power. It's that horse. It's that power and that permission to have the life you love, you enjoy, and that you have been seeking. Okay, so let's start with that, Scorpio. So we're going to go into an oracle, the Oracle of Mystical Moments, to see what that's about. All right, 18 treasured memories. It's about being established and confirmed in synergistic, healthy relationships, about having an idea and actually being able to possess it, not feeling like it has to be taken or that it's going to be taken from you, that it's being in a safe space mentally, and that allows your heart and your mind and everything to begin to settle down. One of your earliest videos with me was showing like the stacking of the eyes of the divine energy channel moving through us, having to really be put all up here because there have been so many mind games going on in your life, so much evidence of that's how life operates and works when it isn't. It's how you had witnessed it operating and working growing up in some early on learning curves, and that hindsight just decided to put all power right here, which if they weren't working in perfect calibrated harmony all the time, could start these misperceptions, mistrust, misconceptions, things like that. But that sends out an energy frequency which calls in the like. So if it's out of balance, the imbalance is going to come in and suck you and draw you in. But no more. This is a little bit more relaxed. It's a little forlorn, looking off to the horizon like, I want my dreams to come true. Look at that little bit of zebra, that little bit of wild side coming on here, wanting to go on some adventures. And life is blooming in your hair. These aren't just seed dreams. They're dreams that have come to fruition, and they're ready to be pollinated. They're ready to have action taken on them, Scorpio. So we'll see whether this is about like romantic relationship or not, but relationship connection, divine connection, things that afford opportunities and synergistic partnerships. Like there's the egret or the cowbird that grazes on the cows, so it eats the flies so that the cow can relax and eat the grass. It creates this synergistic relationship that benefits both. All right, to one it's a benefit, to the other it's a pest, and they work together in that harmony to cause the peace to flow. So let's see, definitely cosmic. We're going to get a cosmic on this for you guys about what's ready to be pollinated here. What's some of that action for you guys to take, stepping in on, and I have it located. I'm going to separate the others out because I really want us to hone in on this energy that has presented itself to you, okay? This opportunity and this powerful connection coming in that wasn't even being sought after, but it's like almost two people, two energies out in their path were moving in the same direction, and one has the ability and the empowerment to move forward more readily while the other one doesn't. The other one was abandoned. And the merging of those energies coming together and seeing value in that. And then here the ideas coming in up under it and what's ready to be pollinated, okay? So let's see what that is. I don't know how many that is. That's quite a few. That's quite a few. We're going to take it as the read, though. I feel like we're supposed to, because it's not totally out of hand. Let's see what's in the center point, and then we're going to work out from there. Let's do this. I got to get these other cards out of the way for now. They're bothering me, as I have a feeling they've been bothering you. So she's wanting to look at the Lovers first, and this is a totally different Lovers card. It's choosing the one, choosing what is right for you. Two people getting on the same page, and this is highlighting, okay, so this is highlighting the one that up here, remember I told you there were three parties? This is highlighting the one that's seen closed but is open, because it's someone who has had bad experience in love before, being left out totally in the cold, left with nothing but all the fallout, all the remnants, all the heartbreak, and learning to love again, but they had not given up the innocence nor purity of their heart and never felt like they had to work somebody in order to get what they wanted. They just didn't know, was anybody worthy of that trust, of sowing that seed, of taking that opportunity with, okay? So let's take a look at this Lover's card. You can see he's reaching forward to bridge that gap of where she is a little held back, a little restrained, but now she's covered. She's wondering, is this going to be taken from me too? But the male figure, the action figure here, is more vulnerable, more open, shrouded in lilies, bringing forth that peace and of a mind that's working in one accord with spirit. And it's saying, like, Holy Spirit coming from pure divine guidance and direction. Like, this isn't somebody who's just walking along going, oh, she hot, I want to hit that. No, it's like, are you okay? Is everything all right, ma'am? And, you know, he's giving her a pear. And pears, ironically, on my tree, which is abounding in the backyard right now, the pears, their stems come off in pairs. Okay? I was like, oh, how hilarious, how funny. It's like there's that divine someone, the touching of the heart for everyone going on here. And that's what you're talking about in this Lovers. Like, it's yet to be, is what it's saying in this card, but destiny has been written in the stars for you guys. But it's been so far removed from your mindset or your belief or your understanding in this practical, physical, tangible world that it could ever possibly happen for you, that it's taking a minute for it to materialize, for that destiny to show itself completely, even though you each are personally quite aware of it. You don't know if y'all are it for each other, okay? If y'all are the match, the connection, the puzzle piece, the solving. But you both are full of life, and I love that about you. But it's being reiterated all throughout the card, this union, this marriage, this union, this perfect mirror, this king of the heart, this queen of the stars, that whole energy going on. Ooh, I love that they said that, because right next to is the Eight of the Pentacles. And in this, it's not highlighting on money, it's highlighting on stars, on wishes, on dreams come true. And that's what's in her heart and in her mind. And as you can see it here, she wears her heart on her sleeve, okay? And she is of the stars. She is divine. But that's why it was so easy for her to be taken advantage of. So she can seem kind of naive. Whoever this is here can seem kind of naive and hopeful and like very high heart and whimsical and mystical and that type of energy, but is very real and practical and tangible. But like other earthly, other worldly, that type of thing, a visionary, a magician of sorts who believes things into being, because the heart is innocent and pure. The heart is not that, like, they talk in Jack and Jill type, Sesame Street type words. They can be saucy and spicy, but we're talking about that flow of the heart, believes in the magic, believes in the good in others, believes that things will always work out, that type of thing. That's who we're talking about here. And they live according to that belief as well. Okay, and that's why they get taken advantage of. But they're ready to abound. They're ready to receive the one love. That's what you're talking about here very clearly. Very clearly. And to not have something that is here today, gone tomorrow. Like I see lasting, I see permanent, eternal, like 4 seasons. And not like 4 seasons equal 1 year, but like through all seasons. Okay, thank you. Through all seasons. And that's choice-based. They're a very loyal person, okay? Who we're talking about here is incredibly loyal. And what I love is they're not loyal to a fault. They're not just loyal to a person. They're loyal to their beliefs. They're loyal to where they come from, to knowing that our whole world is changing right now, and rather than let the world change them, it might strip them bare, it might take from them and look like it is won and utterly destroyed them, but they will not give up on hope, okay? And this hope and faith is bigger than just this individual, bigger than just merging with you. This hope that they have is for the whole world, for love to win, is what they're saying. Okay, so now we're going to travel into the background of these treasured memories of kind of what's going on in the hair, in the background, the superconscious and the unconscious mind. So right behind it, we have the Six of Swords. Six of Swords, here you've kind of, I know it would seem like a good thing, like expanding your consciousness, but in order to do so, you kind of turned your back on something good here. You're not quite aware of what life is affording you, because you think the grass is greener on the other side, and that's not quite it. You're seeing grander, greener horizons out in front of you, like forging ahead, pushing ahead, taking new territory, new ground, that type of thing, when life is saying you've staked your claim here already. Look right here. The medicine and the magic are right here, right within your very reach. Right, they're saying before your very eyes, if you would just turn around and look at where your hand and your foot are going, where your body wants to go, your head should follow, okay? But we know as where the head goes, the body will follow, so you're trying to use the intelligence, the power to manifest in a direction that life has not quite called for you. Okay, it's calling you to begin to root down and to invest in where you are right now, to make note, make mark, and to allow the dreams, because I'm seeing the seeds of the stars wanting to come down right now. And not only that, we have the pyramid off to the side wanting to divulge its contents to you. Now that we've gone through that Lion's Gate, we've gone through Sirius rising over the pyramids, they're bringing forth the ancient wealth and the wisdom. Like it's almost like an overriding power over generational curses, over first year programming, the first 7 years of your life, that early programming, those type of things that relegate the pattern of life to play out through our subconscious, patterning, training, programming, that type of thing. And this is what you were programmed. Okay? That things are impossible, that it never works out. It's kind of dark and gloomy and that type of thing, quite a juxtaposition to this energy right here. Now we know this is not who you are, because you're coming in as the golden vulnerable one, the Prince of Peace here, or you could be the one right with the carrying your heart on your sleeve and you're of the stars. But either way, both of you are here in this divine story that's going on. And what's wild is this is one energy, so whichever one you're on the side of the story, this is all about you, Scorpio, and how this is being navigated. But as you can see in the thing, he's not facing over here towards her, right? Because she's that turn in that direction, the pivot point, and she's facing in the same direction, y'all, of this invitation, of this love, of this opportunity coming in. Can you see that? And right here, which is in the forward moving position, you have your back turned to it. You don't know that there's anything other than this going on, because you think for you, this holds your whole world and everything you could ever want. Because remember, up above, we had the 9 of Pentacles. Not just the 9, we had the 9, thinking, oh yeah, we got it all, but thinking it has to be had or taken, because this is like, well, you get to be king if you can pull the sword from the stone, right? It was conditional love is what it had to do about, but it seemed to be exciting. It seemed to be something that you were in control of. But as you look here, it's very singular. It's very singular, and you're having to, like, you're showing me work for your money, like having to, expose yourself for your money. And it's not reveal yourself, it's not this natural love, because in the 9 of Pentacles up here, remember, instead of it realizing it was freely given to you, you feel like you have to take it. That's what you witnessed growing up, that conditional love, that it's not just here, it's actually offered and afforded to you to have this beauty in this life, but it's supposed to look like this. It's supposed to be all this. All right? Okay, Scorpio. So getting this head turned around, getting this mindset turned around to face the pyramids so that we can get it off of this energy, and then we're able to move the world over here in the direction that you've chosen, into following your truth, your mindset, okay? The power of who you really are and what you chose to come into this life for, okay? And it's obvious it is divine relationship going on here. This is very much love and the picture of love, and what the strength of that love, the beauty of that love looks like. So do I want to get a black or a red on this Six of Swords? Definitely we're going to go with the rune card. Let's find out about the Six of Swords. What can turn your head? What can turn your head to pollinate these flowers, these dreams that you have that are actually tangible? Remember all that star quality, all that energy here on earth, ready to be pollinated, ready to be received and accepted. I need a card for the Six of Swords. Apparently a few. But they came out in pairs, so I'm going to look at them that way. We're going to put those above. I'm going to put this down below. Okay. I'm getting cramps, so hang on. All right. Interesting. I'm going to put them on either side. So here over the Six of Swords is dream, imagine, all is possible. It's the Ode and the All-Father card. It's like the sperm. Remember, it needs to be pollinated. It's that very penetrating energy that does pollinate the flower, that brings forth the fruit, the ovum, right from the flower. An integrity, long and strong. Meaning having to stick with it, going with your gut, going with that direction, continuing and forging ahead in this path of what you had seen, because this is very strong father energy going on here, kind of cold distance, demanding that type of thing, that was creating this ricochet and this play out of energy of that, you know, the mind game that was going on, of those cards that I just had to move out of the way, out of your energy, so that you could be fresh, clean, and clear right now, here today. But what you're not standing with is who you really are, because this integrity card is very much like that hermetic staff, that thing that you have going on here, which is the magic and the medicine of who you are, and being able to work it for yourself and dream and imagine on that state, a blank slate, a clean slate, not this thing. Okay, we got to figure out the key to that, so I need to get another card on it. Let's see. I'm going to go into the Mary L, because often it can play up like an oracle, and that's what we're needing on this. All right, all right. You buried your star. There was some resistance and like fear and chaos that is surrounding this energy. That was so attractive because it seemed like real power, although if you were involved in that, you'd want to be on the side that wins, right? Because that's the only way it could seem like power and energy and a good turnout. But if to empower one, you need to disempower another, that is a one-way street. Ignore that this says integrity. That's a one-way street, a one-lane street, and someone's going to get run over. It creates this sense of entitlement, disenfranchising, it impoverishes another for one to be rich, instead of realizing that when we walk in our true integrity, who we are, how we defined ourselves and came in, that affords the beauty and the bliss for all. Yes, for one to get a job, another one may need to leave the job, but when it's working in harmony and in synergy, like the egret and the cow, the one that needs to leave is actually going on to a better position for them, maybe moving to a different state where they're afforded a better quality of life that suits their family or their upbringing, whatever it is. Okay, but through that, you were missing the point all along. Like, the real power is the power that's inside of you. We're talking about sacral chakra and base root chakra going on here, but in there is your star seed, your true dream, the dream of who you really are. And you're showing me the magic of all your feathers. You're like, it's one thing to have power feathers, being spirit, guide, and help, but to be that full guidance, to have the full big picture of who you are and what you're here for and the price that was already paid and how it's supposed to operate and look. Okay, so we're putting this underneath. And then we're going to look at where you're looking towards, where that Knight of Pentacles is looking towards, and where these treasured memories are looking towards. Kind of those high hopes, heart and dreams. In between, we form the bonds. So, in between, if this card will be removed, right? Like if I turn it to the other side, to the cosmos, right? And 4G, the power of the cosmos. And it almost like it creates a portal, a wormhole to your sun. And this brings in the world over here, okay? Brings in your world, and this person is your world. You didn't know it could be that way because all you had known was that conditional love, friend. And you didn't know that true bonds were possible. See how it's a mirror? And the irony is if you hold it like this, it's that mirror of joy, because this on its own is the symbol of joy. And remember how I talked about there being a mirror in this lovers? That's fascinating. That's the mirror. True bond and connection. Okay? Because a bond is something that's not force. It's like two people holding hands. It's a link. It's a connection. But it's the power of permission of yes and yes coming together. That there doesn't have to be the yes and the no, and that power struggle and that disenfranchising. Remember, of in order for one to win, another has to lose. That mentality of the one-way street, right? A relationship is a two-way street, and that's like the holding of the hands, the navigating, this mirroring, this coming together of a true bond, right? Of love that is unconditional. Now, underneath that lovers, let me just remind you of what it looks like here, right? It's that subtle love that it's almost like the breath between the worlds. I love it. Sitting on top of the world. Well, that's funny. You're showing me in either direction. Y'all are a perfect match. Look at that. Face to face or otherwise. Like even in this realm from 5D and 3D, the 4D realm that we have here, the bringing together, moving through the circuits of the potential and the actual, but also here, the meeting of the minds, that it's very harmonious. Very harmonious energy, friend. Okay. So let's get a, what do I want? Where are they? Here we go. We're going to get a card to walk out of this now that you've found your world. And your world is something that is unconditional love and that is balanced through the latitude and the longitude and your place here on earth. All right, give me a card for Scorpio of how we're going forward in this lover's energy, this divine lovers, and discovering and uncovering in our true self what relationship really is, the divine beauty, the true hope, the star. There we go. Yep. It happened right before your very eyes, Scorpio. The door to romance. It's like, and the book of love will open up and let us in, not let me in, not let you in, but will let us in. Fantastic. Unconditional love. What power, what beauty, what might. I love it. It's been a long time coming, but here it is, friend. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for us, and I'm looking forward to hearing all about it. Make sure you leave those comments down below to share in your goodies with me. I enjoy hearing about it. Talk to you soon. Bye.